Hey guys, it's ChrisWatters. Welcome to my real estate video blog. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about, should you rent out your home or just sell it? So one of the advantages of renting out your home is it can create passive income, and your tenants are helping pay down the principal balance on your loan. And so this can be a great investment and retirement or wealth building strategy for you. But there are some things you need to take into account if you decide to rent your home out. First, you need to call your lender, the bank, and make sure that if you're going to turn around and buy another home, you've got to make sure you can qualify for that secondary home with your current home counted against your monthly debt to income ratio. Banks have something called a seasoning period. Once your home's rented out, it's typically 6 months, the seasoning period. Once your home's been rented out for that period of time, the bank is actually going to reduce that expense against your debt to income ratio. But when you first turn around to go buy your home after you've rented out your primary residence, that's when things can be tricky. So make sure you contact your lender about that. The second thing is you need to talk to your homeowner's insurance provider. Make sure that they have something readily available if you rent the home out. Now, there's also some other things you need to take into account. In the state of Texas, we have the homestead exemption. That homestead exemption you would lose on the house if it's your primary residence. So you need to make sure you take that expense into account when you're putting together a pro forma to calculate what the return would be on your home as an investment. Now, in addition to the homestead exemption, which helps reduce your taxes, also your homestead exemption limits how much the tax assessed value goes up and how much you're subsequently taxed on the property. So again, take that into the pro forma and make sure that you're getting the return you're looking for. Now, the other thing you have to think about when you rent a home out is one of the biggest expenses that's a surprise to most people, which is vacancy. So, for example, once you get a tenant in there after you've moved out, that tenant's going to eventually terminate their lease and move on. And so there is going to be this period where you're not collecting any rent. So you've got to be mindful of that expense. Now, the other expenses that pop up after your first tenant leaves are things like a make ready or replacing carpet or repainting the interior. So these are some expenses that can get up there, and it can also negatively impact your return. So you want to make sure you take these things into account. If you have any questions about converting your home into a rental, please reach out to us. It always starts with how much money can I net from the sale of my home. So we have our online tool at the top of our website, the home estimation tool. It's a great starting point to find out where your home is worth. But if you're really serious, you want to get down to the penny, how much money would you net with the sale of your home? And most importantly, how much would your home rent out for based off other homes in the area? Give us a call so we can do the research and make sure you're making an informed decision. Thanks for tuning in.